This is Dennis with Builder Academy from builderresources.com. This session I'm going to explore how to use EstimatorPro to enhance your sales process. The next step in the process is to gather the information specific to this project, and we're going to do that on the key info sheet. I've started here on the cost breakdown summary, which is the default entry page, and we're going to go to the key info page. Now, I've already loaded a lot of the information here regarding the house, but let's just see where that information comes from. This is a plan set that I'm using for the house. Most of the information comes off this sheet right here. I'm going to be interested in taking lineal measurement for the exterior walls, interior walls, foundation, and then specific counts for bathroom fixtures and lighting fixtures and square footages for the different floor coverings and countertops and that sort of thing. That information is then going to be transferred to the takeoff sheet, which is the key info sheet. The information that's deposited there is going to be used to develop the actual detail sheets for the individual phases of the job. So you can see here that I've gathered the information. This first box is the square footage of the house as far as the finished square footage, then the unfinished square footage, some information regarding the construction loan and what my profit and overhead objectives are for the job. My labor loading would be next, and all of these are inputs by whoever's doing the takeoff that again is going to be spread throughout the project here. Wherever you see an orange box, that is a calculated box and you don't put anything in there, but the yellow box does call for entries being made by the estimator. As you can see, most of the measurements are either square feet or lineal feet. We will get to the plumbing and some of the lighting fixtures that are going to be individual counts for the project. But basically you just input the information here and then it's going to be used throughout the project. With respect to the exterior walls, what I'm interested in is how many lineal feet at what height the walls are. I'm going to get square feet calculations here. I've created a calculator that will give me square foot costs for exterior walls and interior walls and automatically feed that into the detail sheet, which automatically then will feed into the estimate. We do have one calculator on this sheet, which is the gable span. Now the house that we're estimating at this point is all hip roof, so we don't have gables. But if we did have gables, this calculator does a simple calculation for the span. For instance, if we had a 36-foot gable at a 312 pitch, it's going to figure 90 square feet. That information is transferred over here and also added to the exterior wall count, since we either have to site it or stucco it. Notice that when I take it out, the square footages drop back to where they were in the initial takeoff. For the plumbing, I simply go through the plans, count up the number of toilets and bidets, count up the bathroom vanities, the jetted tubs, and so on, and put that information in here. Cabinets are done on a square foot basis. There's a certain allowance per square foot of the house. I found that works best for an initial number to work with to develop an allowance for the cabinets. The counters are here, tile, laminate, solid surface, marble, and granite. And then floor coverings, square footages, and conversions to square yards is completed here. Now, all of this information is going to be used elsewhere in the plan, but this becomes the database for this specific plan as far as the materials and all that are going to be used on it. Drywall calculations are made, so I have a relatively comfortable numbers. When I'm talking with my drywall subcontractor, I have an idea of how many sheets he's going to be talking about. Exterior doors and interior doors are here as well. Notice on the interior doors at this point, I'm not interested in the actual swings. I'm not really even interested in the actual sizes at this point. I count them all as 3/0s for estimating purpose. Of course, in the plan, when it comes time to order, we'll be ordering the actual number and swings that are going to be needed for the job. This information will eventually be transferred back here and go into the various phases. That's where we go to next, is we'll introduce ourselves to the actual estimate sheet.